Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Captain Chang Plays Cold Waters. Today we're doing tactical analysis, or should we say retrospective, post-mortem? Whichever one sounds good. It's not post-mortem because I didn't die, but let's find out if we could have done any better. Let me turn up the quality a little bit. I think it's on 1080. Anyway, so the setup, you might have seen this mission. I already dropped it a couple days ago. So basically, the idea is a single submarine versus eight submarine hunters. This class sub, in service of the Taiwanese Navy and renamed the Sea Dragon, is up against no less than eight People's Liberation Army Navy ships. And right at the beginning of the mission, as you can see, there are four ping lines. That means there are multiple ships pinging. I know I did say I set up the mission at 8, but I don't know which ships the computer picked for me. So, and we did load multiple Mark 48s. We're assuming that this ship can fire Mark 48s. So, basically, we're running at 122 meters at the minimum speed, but not silent running. The water is, I believe, only about 184 meters deep. And let's continue. Okay. We are just going to look for the enemy. As you can see, the water is not very deep here, and it looks like all enemies are to the northwest. So right now, the first objective is to identify everybody. Originally, I was thinking about going northeast, but I changed my mind. We now want to go east because we know the enemy is probably heading this way, and we want to stay away from them as much as possible. Our primary advantage here is going to be distance, and the longer that we can stay unseen, the better. So let's continue. Let's go that way. Let's go center running. Let's start identifying some contacts, please. Doesn't look like they're pinging. They're pinging, but they probably have not identified us yet, so we're just going to look for all the ships. On the other hand, the fact that that ship is only about estimated range of only 6 kilometers away is a bit worrying. Yeah, they all have bright lines, which means they are all. They're all escorts, is what I meant to say. No, I did not have a Kara in this game. So why is it giving me that signature? Yeah, it's probably Luhu. Let's see. Check. And this is where things got a little wonky. Because as you can see, that ship did launch something. Yet, according to contacts, he shouldn't be able to see me. You notice that the pointer was over there and I click on it. Wait. When I clicked on it, it says Luda. He should be minus 33. He should not be able to see me. Yet he shot at something. Yet there should be nothing else that he should be shooting at. He just fired again, so that's at least 3 shots. What the? truth is, right now, I just can't believe he fired that because I don't see I don't see how I could have been detected, much less have a solution for them to shoot at. On the other hand, I guess I'll be proven wrong in about a couple seconds. And yes, that is a torpedo right on top of me. I've been proven wrong. And then this is one of those F me moment. Let's see how I react. What the? He's still firing. That's another torpedo out. What the? There's a torpedo on top of me already? And as you can see, I did not panic. The first thing you need to determine is how is the torpedo really caught you yet? And one thing you can rely on in cold water is read the indicator lights on the top right corner. I know there's I know these symbols are in the way, but right now, only the silent running light is lit, so the torpedo has not caught us yet. But it will once it completes a circle. So we need to, it will probably do so when it completes the circle. But right now, we are still below its seeking arc. Because remember, when a torpedo hits the water, it's going to seek shallow first, and then it slowly spiral down to the bottom towards the bottom until it sees something. So at the moment, it's too shallow to see us. And my first instinct is to go deeper. But remember, the floor is a 184. So we don't have a lot of room to go. Let's continue. And this is also why I have a decoy loaded at all times. If you have a decoy, use it. The decoy needs a little time to get away from you. See, the torpedo still has not caught us yet, even though we are dropping a noisemaker to be absolutely sure. The torpedo is still going to circle, and hopefully this time it's going to be going after. It's going after the decoy. How the heck did those guys find me? The other one is circling, and it will also be finding the decoy. So in the meantime, I have ordered a reload of one for another decoy, and then we're going to get some torpedoes out. We get some torpedoes out because we need to get rid of these enemies, or at least push them away from us. Now the torpedoes are really after us. You can hear the torpedoes in the water call, and you can see the warning light. This one is shallow bottom light, and then we have a torpedo light. So that torpedo is after us, the one to our northwest. However, we did drop a noisemaker, which means another torpedo just dropped on top of us. So two torpedoes are going after us, and meanwhile we're booking it to the east. That torpedo is going to circle around, will probably find us. The other one, it may or may not. Kind of hard to tell. I just fired our second moss decoy. Hopefully it will distract it. We don't have any mouse decoys anymore. I recommend you load 4 decoys when you can. Okay. The torpedo has actually not caught on because you don't see the torpedo warning light, and it was also confused by the noisemaker we dropped. That one is going after the decoy, I think, so it's this one and that one that we have to worry about. That one probably missed decoy, and it's circling back toward us. And now we can see that it's that one's definitely after us now. It's quickly flashing, but it's going after the decoy. That one, I can't tell which way it's going. That one's going after the decoy, so we need to get away from the decoy. We have we're going shallow. We went shallow, so we're going deep. We're doing deep. We're doing depth fluctuations. This torpedo is. Let me pause here for a second. You can tell this torpedo is right behind us, but there's no seek light because there was a noisemaker here. You saw the noisemaker blip there. So this one is still confused by the noisemaker, so it does not have a lock on us. This one is in the process of running to that noisemaker, but this noisemaker is still between us and them, so this torpedo is also confused. You'll have to deal with threats as much and organize them by priority. You'll have to decide which one to dodge first, which one to dodge second, and so on and so forth. You try to dodge as many as you can, but sometimes you just have to prioritize. This one's circling back. This one's after us. That one's going for the decoy, so now we're dealing with two. But this one looks like it will be pulled away by the decoy because the decoy seems to be a tastier target. So now we have to just have to deal with this one that's coming straight for us. And looks like we that noise maker has sufficiently distracted. So it's going around the noisemaker. In the meanwhile, we need to get away from the decoy, or else we have to deal with those two when they turn back. In the meantime, that torpedo is going to chase that decoy, and another torpedo is coming in, while our four torpedoes are going to chase and push away the enemy. That one saw that noise maker and decided to go that way. Those two are about to circle back, and because they have a decent range, they're probably going to find us again. In the meantime, this one is coming back. But remember, deal with one threat at a time. The priority is this one, then this one. We drop the noisemaker here to deal with this one. It's probably going to run. So now we're probably going to go 15 knots and we're going shallow and we're going to try to turn into it. In the meat, and then we're going to dodge one next. Remember, prioritize. Okay, looks like one torpedo just self-destructed, ran out of juice. Where our hull is 100%. So I was just wondering why is it making that noise. One torpedo is coming toward us. We are making a sharp right, trying to hide behind our own noisemaker. I don't think it's working that well. We should be dropping one right about now. Okay, we've temp. You saw the light went off, but it may or may not have seen past it. Yep, we dodged it. So now we're trying to make a sharp right, as well as going for periscope depth. Hopefully we'll get behind that. The other torpedo just ran out of juice, so it's now we only have to worry about this one. We're at 100 meters. We're going for periscope depth, and we got 2 more torpedoes coming. We're going to head south. We're heading south. That torpedo is coming back. And that one may be going for us, but now we're going back for the bottom again. No, don't do 183 because the bottom is a 184. We're going to hit the bottom if we do that. Okay, that torpedo is confused. It's just went for... We're trying to stay inside the turn circle. Let's see if we can... let's see what that torpedo does. We're trying to stay inside the point circle. Okay, that torpedo just self-destructed, ran out of juice, so now we have to dodge this one. I don't think it has lock on us because we have a noisemaker between us and that. So we're going 15 knots again. We're going for the bottom. It just turned away. I think we just killed one enemy ship with one of our torpedoes. This torpedo's turning back around. It's going for us. We are already near the bottom and it is still circling, so we will try to go for the inside circle maneuver. We're going to stay inside its turning circle. We're making a sharp right and then we're going to stop. Yeah, as you can see, I was able to do this on a 2D map only. If you really want to cheat, you can engage 3D map and try to peek behind you for the torpedoes, whether it's above you, below you, and do a 3D dodge that way. But as you can see, I was able to do this purely on a 2D map. And at this moment, we have successfully pushed all enemies out of 10-kilometer zone. They're like 15. They're like more like a 15, 20 kilometers now. And that means they don't have a direct lock on us, even if we were doing 10, 15 knots. And since we just went 0 and silent running, they have no lock on us. They can keep shooting torpedoes at us, but as long as we don't do something stupid, they can't find us. And as you can see, that torpedo is simply circling and not finding anything. So we're going back down to 168. And by this time, as you can see, I have regained the initiative rather than reacting to all their torpedoes because all of my torpedoes are pushing them away. And I think this is where we'll pause the playback because by this time, by this time, as you can see, I have pretty much control of the board. They are on the run instead of me on the run. And I am pushing them way back like 10, 15, even 20 some kilometers. They are reacting to me now rather than I am reacting to them. I have already dodged, give or take, about 6, 7 torpedoes, and I have not been hit. And due to some luck and some good dodging. So, what's the lesson here? Let me summarize the lesson as basically as follows. Number 1, don't panic. When a torpedo landed on top of you, it will probably be shallow. So if you are deep, then you should be okay at least for another 30 seconds. Then you should come up with a plan to do something. And this is also why I always have a decoy loaded in one of the tubes. Use it, load another one, use it. This is basically for quick reactions. Then get some torpedoes out toward the enemies so you can force them to react to you and push them away from you. When you push them away from you and they no longer have direct contact with you, then you can dodge to your content because they have to use wireless torpedoes and they cannot update their solutions. Once you had pushed them away, you have regained the initiative because you have wired torpedoes, at least if you're playing NATO side. The other lesson in dodging torpedoes is do hard turns and hard depth changes. Go from periscope depth to almost seafloor and back. Remember the default commands, the simple depth change commands. Do not use maximum down bubble or up bubble. So you may want to use your diplane controls to help that along. And after that, it's pretty much try to anticipate what the torpedo would do and see if you can do it. And finally, sometimes using that special trick, basically stop in the middle of the search circle, that can work if you're dealing with one torpedo at a time. If you're working at dealing with 2 or 3, that's going to be problematic. And I hope these tips are helpful to you in your play of cold waters. Please comment below if you have any questions or comments about dodging torpedoes. I am going to call this Torpedo Evasion 201. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.